Hey everybody, welcome to our bubble. My name is Katie and today we are making gingerbread cookies. Anytime the weather gets chilly or it's close to Christmas, I just have this sudden urge for gingerbread cookies. So we're going to make those today. You will need a stand mixer or a handheld mixer for this. I am choosing to use my KitchenAid today. You also need a large bowl, measuring cups, measuring spoons, some cookie cutters of your choice. And if you're like me, you have a zillion cookie cutters. So we're also going to need brown sugar, light or dark. It's totally up to you. You need 2 sticks of butter. You will need your paddle attachment for your mixer along with baking soda. We have some blackstrap molasses, and we have ginger, nutmeg, clove, ground clove, and some cinnamon, and a couple of eggs. So the first thing we're going to want to do is we're going to mix all of our dry ingredients together in our bowl and just kind of set them to the side for a few minutes. So we will need around 5.5 cups of flour. So I got out the big flour container. I did have to, hold on, I don't think I can talk and count at the same time. I did have a subscriber ask me where I got my flour container. I do believe this came from the King Arthur company. You can order them online or any kind of food service distributor. This is a food safe plastic container, and it does comes with a great big lid that seals it up. I love these. I have these in a few different sizes. So 5.5 cups of flour. We need a teaspoon of our baking soda. A teaspoon of our nutmeg. We need 4 teaspoons of ginger. And we need a teaspoon and a half of our ground clove. And we need 4 teaspoons of cinnamon. Now, we're just going to mix all that together. Then we're going to set it to the side. Now, to our stand mixer, we're going to add 2 sticks of butter. And then we're going to add a cup of light brown sugar. You are more than welcome to use dark brown sugar, but I just don't have it. Using the paddle blade, we're going to mix our butter and our brown sugar until it starts getting kind of fluffy. We want to cream it together. Our butter and sugar is pretty well blended together. We're going to scrape our paddle. And then we're going to go on and add an egg. And then we're going to mix it some more. Then we're going to mix it some more. Now, we're going to add our other egg. Now that that's been beaten a little bit. Scrape down our sides. Now we need to add a 1.5 cups of molasses, which, I don't work with molasses very often. I have to say, it really has an off-putting smell. but I love ginger cookies. Right, there's a cup. It looks like chocolate. It does not smell like chocolate. uh, okay. Okay, and now we're going to mix this really well. So now we're going to add in our flour mixture while our mixer is on low. And we want to mix this on low because if your speed is too high, you could make a great big mess. Okay, now our batter is starting to get really thick. So what I'm going to do, oh, that's heavy. I'm going to pull this up and we're going to clean this off a little bit. Don't forget to scrape down your sides again. And then we're going to pour in the rest of our flour. Good enough. Oh, we got a big blob up here, though. There we go. Oh. Now, we do need our dough to stiffen up a little bit in the refrigerator. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our plastic wrap. We're going to put about a third of our dough into the plastic wrap. It's probably about a third. Now, we want to wrap our dough up into the plastic wrap, trying to keep the air out. Pretty much no matter what, when you're cooking, air is your enemy. Cooking and canning, preserving, air is not good for any of that. So, and we have like a little loaf, and what we're going to do is this needs to go in the refrigerator to cool down and stiffen up for around an hour. So it's been about an hour, and we're going to bust our dough out, and we're going to put it on a well-floured surface and roll it out. It smells good. Okay. We want to roll this out until it's around 1/4 of an inch thick. So, of course, we have to make gingerbread men. We'll make some candy canes too. So we do want to do this fairly quickly because the dough gets soft quick. Lay them on our cookie sheet. And don't worry about all that flour. It was a necessity so that it doesn't stick, but you're not going to taste it anyway. Of course, we got to make some kitty cats. Christmas kitties are the best. Now, your gingerbread cookies can be fairly close together because they'll puff up a little bit, but they're not going to expand or anything like a regular cookie.
While we deal with the rest of our dough, we need to set our oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 176 degrees Celsius.
So I did go on and make another tray of the cutouts, but I have this smaller little stoneware cookie sheet, and I'm going to make just little rounds. So all I'm doing, it's like a thumbprint cookie. I'm just taking a little round and smushing it down. Remember our dough, I cut into thirds, so we still have 2 packages left. Now, I still have a few weeks before Christmas, and I would like to have cookies to give people at Christmas time. So what I'm going to do is these 2 rounds will go in the freezer for a couple of weeks. And then like 2 days before I'm going to work with the dough and cut out more cookies, we'll get the dough out and put it in the refrigerator so it's ready to go when I'm ready. Now our cookies will sit in the oven about 15 minutes. These look great. Our little, just regular little cookies. So now that we've pulled all of our cookies out, we're going to let them sit for just a minute. That way they stiffen up a little bit. Now what I like to do after the cookies come out, I like to cover it in a little bit of powdered sugar. The powdered sugar helps hide the fact that you had used flour to roll it out a little bit. And it makes your cookie just a little bit sweeter. So now that our cookies have cooled just a little bit, gonna just kind of tap off the extra sugar. It's my kitty cat cookie. It's really good. There's nothing like a homemade gingerbread cookie right around Christmas. Thanks you guys for joining me, and I hope to see you on the next one. Bye.